Welcome to Stock Knowledge and News with Arieous Invest, your trusted source for updates, earnings reports, and actionable insights to sharpen your stock market game. Join us as we explore market trends, decode the latest news, and empower your financial journey with expert stock knowledge. This is Trading Reimagined. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Today we're going to be talking about Apple and, well, their potential to just completely smash records, like become the world's first $4 trillion company.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? $4 trillion. It's more than like the entire GDP of a ton of countries.
No kidding. We got this excerpt here talking about their recent stock surge, and I got to say, it's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah, I mean, Apple's always been huge, but this is something else.
So just to give everyone some context, when we say market cap, we're talking about the total value of all of a company's shares.
Right, so basically what investors think the company is worth, all added up.
Exactly. And right now, Apple's getting really close to that $4 trillion mark.
Which, just to reiterate, no company has ever done before.
It's massive. And a big part of this, like the source says, is that Apple's stock has just been skyrocketing recently. Since early November, it's jumped something like 16%.
Yes, 16%. That's a lot.
It's insane. We're talking $500 billion added in just a few weeks. I mean, to put it in perspective, that's like adding an entire Tesla to their worth. Just like that.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, that's the kind of growth that makes people sit up and take notice.
For sure. So clearly something big's going on here.
Thanks.
And the source points to two main factors.
Yeah.
Strong iPhone sales, which, I mean, we all know iPhones are Apple's bread and butter.
Always have been.
Yeah. But the other factor they mentioned is, and this is the really interesting part, their focus on AI enhancements.
That's right. And this is what's got investors so excited, I think, because it shows that Apple's not just resting on their laurels. They're looking ahead, trying to stay on the cutting edge.
Okay, so let's unpack that a bit. AI enhancements. What does that actually mean for, regular people using Apple products? Is Siri suddenly going to be composing symphonies and writing our emails for us? Or what are we talking about here?
Well, I mean, maybe not symphonies just yet. But the changes are going to be both big and small, both in how we use existing features and in entirely new applications. So on the one hand, you've got improvements to things we already know and love, like Siri. Think about being able to give Siri way more complex requests and it actually understands you. Or your iPhone camera automatically recognizing what's in the scene and adjusting the settings perfectly every time, stuff like that.
So making things even more user-friendly and intuitive.
Exactly. But then there's the whole other side of things where AI is used to create entirely new experiences. Like imagine health tracking features on your Apple Watch that don't just record your data, but actually use AI to analyze it, look for patterns, and give you personalized insights.
That's pretty cool.
Right. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much potential there.
Okay, so that's what Apple's doing. But how does this all compare to what other big tech companies are up to in the AI space? Because, Apple isn't the only one playing in this sandbox.
Oh, absolutely not. You've got Google, who've been leading AI research for years now. Their stuff, like Google Assistant, is already super integrated with AI. And then you've got Microsoft, who are making big moves too, integrating AI into their whole Office suite and their cloud services. It's getting pretty competitive.
So in this whole AI race, what do you think gives Apple an edge, if anything?
Well, I think Apple's got a couple of big things going for them. First, their brand loyalty. People love Apple products and they trust them. And second, their focus on user experience. Apple's really good at making technology that's just easy and enjoyable to use. So if they can apply that same philosophy to AI, they could definitely create some really compelling experiences that people love.
So looking at all of this, is this stock surge just a temporary blip driven by hype?
Right.
Or is this a sign that Apple's going to just dominate the tech world for years to come?
Honestly, it's really hard to say for sure. The tech landscape is just so unpredictable. What we do know is that Apple's on a really impressive trajectory right now. But the key question is, can they keep innovating? Can they keep coming up with these AI features that people actually find valuable and want to use? If they can, then yeah, I think they have a very good shot at staying on top.
All right. So to kind of wrap things up here, let's recap what we've learned. Apple's on fire right now, potentially on track to become the first company in the world to reach a $4 trillion market cap.
It's wild.
It really is. And a big part of this surge is driven by investor excitement about all their advancements in AI. But, of course, they've got some stiff competition from other big players in the tech world.
Exactly. And all of this raises a really interesting question for all of us. As AI starts to become more and more woven into every aspect of our lives, what are our hopes and concerns? Do we see this as a step towards a future that's more convenient and efficient? Or are there some downsides that we need to be thinking about and talking about?
That's something we'll all need to grapple with as AI continues to evolve.
Absolutely. It's a conversation that we need to be having.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See ya!
Arieous Invest. Trading reimagined.